the NFL on EA Sports, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Bills and the Dolphins, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 23.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and CD, you look at our quarterback matchup in this ball game, that's where the focus naturally gravitates, and I think we have a fairly interesting one here. Josh Allen of the Bills, Tua Tagovailoa of the Dolphins.
And both of them have terrific ability to improvise, and that means when the first read's not there, how quickly can you go through your progressions? Can you hang in there and take a shot as you release it? Can you buy time outside of the pocket? Can you pull it down and run if need be? I think we'll see all of those traits on display in this one.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. And we see the Bills offense take the field here at quarterback, Josh Allen.
And I think it's safe to say that, and I heard him say it in the post-game press conference, that was a team win last week because he didn't really play up to his normal standards, throwing 2 interceptions.
No touchdown.
Yeah, didn't offset it at all, but the team found a way to get it done.
Allen going to look to throw on the first play. Throw left side complete. That's Hines. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Allen to throw it. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
Nice first down pickup there for Gabriel Davis, who really announced his presence last season. Playoff record, 4 touchdowns against Kansas City, also over 200 yards in that game. People in Buffalo really believe this guy's going to continue to develop as one of their top receivers.
From the 44, Allen. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, on the opening drive, he was looking for a big chunk play. Unfortunately, that time, the secondary was ready for it. Charles picked it off. Not only that, they take it the other way for points.
Homework, preparation, research, it all comes back to that, BJ. Scouting your opponent, not just the players, but the coaches too, and seeing what they call to begin a game, find out their tendencies. They recognize the early deep ball was part of their opposing game plan, and they weren't caught off guard when it showed up.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no thought of a return here for Hines. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. This defense for the Dolphins, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And they needed to be because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done.
Allen's throw taken in by Diggs. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. and going to throw. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
So now on 4th down, Sam Martin on to punt for Buffalo. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. Fielded at about the 28. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. And here comes the Miami offense now, and it's the Southpaw in his 3rd season at the wheel for the Fins. Quarterback Tua Tagovailoa.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
Tua sets up to pass it. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Play action, now it's Tua. He's going to drop this underneath to Mostert. 7 yards there and a 1st down. A first carry for the Fordham Ram, Chase Edmonds. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Tua throwing quickly to Wilson. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Now Tua on the bootleg here. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. They clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease, feels good about what he's doing. And I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, and I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. First carry for Raheem Mostert. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football, as they've got it 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He is going to find Hill here. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Von Miller able to record his 5th sack of the season. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Allen. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing now is Allen. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So he's definitely difficult to account for out of the backfield, and he makes something happen there with the ball in his hands.
Yeah, and this is nothing more than a simple screen pass, but he does a really nice job of showing patience and letting his blockers get out in front of him. And he turns it into really nice yardage.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. Able to slither by. And some room to roam now. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Devin Singletary. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bills have cut it back within a score.
We know it's primarily a passing league now, but anytime a runner breaks one like that, you've got to have a secondary that can find a way to it and find a way to get him on the ground. Absent of that, he's going to find the end zone every time.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Benogany elects not to return, and the football will come out to the 25-yard line. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Once again, it's Mostert. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep, Nyheim Hines. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. After the turnover, it's Tua. Wilson's got it complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. He rifles one that's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And the Bills are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The Bills going to take over now late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And oh, he coughed it up. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Throwing on first down is Allen. Eluding the pressure right. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To the air, Allen. And he whips that one incomplete there. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And again, it's Allen. He's got the connect. Now the ball comes loose. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And the Dolphins with one final possession here in this first half. And leading 10-7, and they may just want to get this to the locker room. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. His throw incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Looking to pass. Tua. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Wilson. And they're going to get this up to midfield. An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play. Move on.
The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. 3rd and 1, and Tua wants to throw it. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. From midfield, here's Tua. That's out to the flat for Edmonds. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Buffalo in that first half. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they too have found passing lanes to be hard to come by so far. As you see by the numbers, they'll need to figure that out in the second half.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And he'll have a Dolphins first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 46-yard line.
On 2nd down, Mostert. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, it's Tua. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. On 3rd down, they run with Edmonds. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Singletary. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a toss to Singletary running to the left. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This offense so far on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. Allen and Knox teaming up there for Buffalo 1st down.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding 2nd half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire 2nd half.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. They'll go option to the short side. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. Allen now looks to throw. This is brought in by the tight end, Tommy Sweeney. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Allen. And he wisely will throw that one away. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Allen. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. Well, this drive, they're perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. Again, they'll throw with Allen. That's complete to Davis. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47. Now Allen. And this one too low. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Allen going to throw. Steps away to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
And the passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Allen. Throw left side complete. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust.
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take the blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Tua. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Back to throw is Tua. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Mostert. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. I have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the fourth quarter as they try to put this one away.
And Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. Josh Allen in the offense now. Down by 10. A minute 44 to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Now Allen. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. That's Deion Dawkins, the left tackle. Allen. And that's complete to McKenzie. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. Here's Allen. Buying time to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. Throwing is Allen. And that's complete to Davis. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Allen. Pass complete to Hines. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Allen trying to hurry everybody up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Allen to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now Allen, gotta have this one. A desperation heave for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Down to an goes Tua, and that should just about do it. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Dolphins, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they'll fall to 1-2, and they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens.